Welcome to Notes of Change, a video podcast where we will take some time to connect with music industry professionals, emerging artists, and those who are transforming lives through the power of music. I am your host, Ms. Lydia Chapman. I serve as the director of TRHT Selma, which is a partnership between the Black Belt Community Foundation and the Selma Center for Nonviolence. Our goal is to spark transformation on all fronts, from shifting narratives to helping facilitate economic prosperity, justice, and equity. Now, on Wednesday nights, we will chat with some amazing folks about their lives and their love of music. So you ask, why music? What does that have to do with transformation? Well, much like food, music is a connector. Music helps us narrate our stories. It helps us connect with our family and friends, and can even help us transform our communities. Music can literally shift culture. So, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy as we explore Notes of Change. Now, our guests tonight on our very first episode are the members of an amazing band, a phenomenal band out of Huntsville, Alabama, Element 11. They have been described as one of Alabama's most professional performance bands, and they offer an eclectic sound that blends to become like an electro funk hop soul groove, right? They were formed in 2012 by Daryl Lockhart, and Element 11 is coming to Selma. So they will actually be performing live in Selma, Alabama on this Saturday, June 8th. And so we're excited to have them be a part of the Levitt Amp Selma music series. Welcome, Element 11.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking time, y'all. I'm taking time out of their rehearsal, so this will not be long, but we wanted to make sure that we offer an opportunity for the community to talk to the folks, right? To get to know who's coming to our town this Saturday, and we're excited to host you. And just really want to dive straight into the interview questions, because you all are such a phenomenal band. You all have traveled the nation doing what you do best. Tell us just one thing, and I want you, because you don't know this question now. Beforehand, you were informed of the other questions, but this one you don't know. So off the top of your head, if you had any superpower, like literally could be anything, any X-Man, any whatever, what would it be and why? Talk to us.
Go ahead.
Teleport, because I love to travel. That we don't have to. I don't have to buy flights.
Oh yeah, come on, save money. Yes, okay.
That's mine.
Well, mine is kind of in the same vein, but more like flying. Like, I don't rather teleport, but kind of cruise a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine would probably
Awesome.
be speed, so I could get stuff done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a superpower in mind?
What did you say?
Mine would be flight as well, just so I could travel and not have to take flights.
Period.
Okay.
That's a good
Awesome.
question. I would like to make duplicates of myself, like make several different versions of myself, so that I can handle several different things at the same time.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
While I sleep, all y'all gonna do is someone say,
He needs that too.
He does. He does. God Almighty.
Yes, to always have one to be able to nap would be, that would truly be a superpower.
Yes.
Probably as I'm sitting in this chair, probably body restoration.
Yeah.
Well, like anytime my body hurting or anything, then I get cured. Yeah, like
Right.
refresh, 100%. Yeah, I'm right. Almost like Wolverine.
Yes, you know what? I was about to say, okay, so you're more like Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we have some amazing superpowers. We got folks who want to travel. We have people who want to take flights for free, teleport, and then multiply themselves and get rest all at the same time while restoring their bodies, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So we have an amazing band that we're talking to today, and wanted to allow each of you space. Now that you've kind of shared, most of you all have shared what superpower you would take on. Like, who are you? Like, who makes up Element 11? And we can start anywhere. You can popcorn it and just talk to us about who you are as an individual, what your name is, and if you do something outside of perform professionally as using your musical talent.
So I'm Daryl Lockhart. I'm a musician with Element 11, as well as I'm a music teacher as well. I'm the band director at Jimison High School. And Element 11 to me is like family. You know what I mean? This thing we've been rolling, what, maybe 11 years so far?
12. We
12
started
years.
2012.
12 years in, and we have been, this is just an extension of my own family. And not only do we enjoy the music that we make together, but we just enjoy each other. So that's a big part of what makes the whole experience, I feel it makes the whole experience enjoyable.
Awesome. Who's to your left or to your right?
I got Carmisha to my left, and I got Brandon Lee to my right.
So you want us to like tell? Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Carmisha Paget. I'm one of the singers in Element 11. I'm one of the few who don't do multiple things in Element 11. As far as my career, it's around music as well. The place that we're sitting in is called Mela Conservatory. It's a modern fine arts school here in Huntsville. I'm the director of operations here, and I'm also a voice teacher here. So outside of performing, this is my 9 to 5.
Awesome.
Now I also perform with Ruben Studdard when he does his Ruben Sings Luther tour.
Okay.
Well, I'm Brandon Lee Cawthorne. I'm from Huntsville. What I believe that makes Element 11 is Huntsville, really. You know, just everything that's here in the city, and the school A&M that really brought us all together.
Absolutely.
We all graduates of Alabama A&M, but except
All
for
besides.
Got a couple.
except for Michael back there.
We let him in. It's okay. We let him in.
He all right with us.
It's pretty much all the same. It come from a good school as well, you know.
Absolutely.
HBCU, and I believe that's what makes up, you know, Element 11. You know, just our surrounding area, and then us coming together
Yeah.
in one.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll go. So I'm Stephen Blackman. I'm originally from Birmingham. Been living in Huntsville probably going on 20 years now. Just graduated from A&M as well. I actually work somewhere in Selma and Montgomery over the District of Alabama for AT&T. So Selma, the location there on Highland Avenue, I'm invested in. So not a stranger there. But as far as just kind of what makes the band for me, kind of piggybacking on what they're saying, really just graduates of A&M. I think we just have the same mindset, you know, the same type of passion and love, you know, kind of just going back to your superpowers. I think everybody in their own right has their own superpowers, but collectively we're able to mend and kind of give everybody space when we play. Because a lot of people don't have 11-piece bands, so having that many people and being able to do it and, you know, seamlessly is, you know, I think it's, you know,
For sure.
And my name is Grayson Lockhart as well. As long with my other brothers in the band, I'm Daryl's blood brother, so kind of we grew up together, and yeah, I kind of know him a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, this is just kind of the start of the band. Pretty much what everybody's saying. He kind of started the band based off like, okay, we're gonna have this 11-piece band, and we just gonna really care about music. You know, really invest in the music. You know, because you got places you get paid. You know, it's cool to get paid and everything. But when we started the band, we started off like just investing in the music and making that the most important thing, and enjoying each other's company. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really brought us along this 12 long years. You know, so
Yeah.
just kind of wanted to throw that in there too. So
Absolutely.
I'll go. Hey, I'm Darian Robinson. I'm from Birmingham. I'm one of the trumpet players within the band. What I do outside of the band professionally, I'm a field superintendent for Robinson Morton, one of the largest general contractors in the nation. So I manage construction projects throughout the country. What makes us unique, most of us have mentioned, most of us marched in the band at A&M. So we all had musical gifts we wanted to bring together. We wanted to create a difference in the music world, bringing back true performing bands, making a name for ourselves, and bringing back that vibe to give people an experience when they come see the show. That's what I enjoy the most, being able to. I didn't have to let trumpet go after I graduated college. I was able to continue to grow my gift, continue to make music. So that's what I love most about us.
Yes, sir.
Brian.
Okay, well, I'm Brian. I'm from Huntsville. In my day-to-day, I'm actually his assistant band director at Jefferson High School. I also work with special needs kids. I think what makes us special for me is that we care about each other. It's nothing like playing with people that genuinely love and care about you. I'm playing a couple of different bands, and I can't say that that's always the case. But this band definitely feels like family when you're not around your family.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Micah.
So my name is Jones. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama originally. I've been in Huntsville 10 years now. Been in Element 11, I think 9 of those, about 8 or 9 of those years. Met the band early on. I got here. As they said, I'm the only one that didn't go to A&M. Graduated from the Tuskegee University. But I played trumpet there. All 4 years that I was in college, I played guitar. Previously, I always grew up, with music in my life. I went to art school, so that's how I got started. And I went to college, and I had a dream of marching. And I got here, and I played guitar on the side, but I didn't know where to go with it. But I used to perform actively, so I really wanted to continue that. And then I stumbled upon Element 11. They were already together, so I'm probably the newest member as well. They were already together. They performed at a picnic, and it was on from there. I asked them, could I join? And we saw they needed a guitarist, and it just worked out. So I've been in the band since then. So grateful that I met them. Love being in this band. But what makes us us, I think, is like our individual talents and like the way that we play individually and the way that we bring it all together as one. I think is important because so I'm a lead guitarist and Brandon's lead guitarist. So we got 2 guitar players in the band. And it's important for us to like gel with each other and kind of like sync up. And that's one thing that we do well that, you don't see very often out here with other groups. Because everybody's trying to kind of, show off basically. But sometimes, you got to know when it's time. So I think we do good at gelling together and coming together.
Terrence.
Finally, I'm Terrence Griffin.
I'm like, now we have one more person that has not said a mumbling word. Come on here.
I'm Terrence Griffin from Mobile, Alabama. I went to Alabama A&M also. I marched in the band and all that good stuff. Played bass drum in the band, but I played bass guitar for Element 11, then auxiliary keys also, and sing background. During the day, I'm a project engineer for the Boeing Company. So that's how I spend my time when I'm not here. And I think the thing that makes us special that I'm certain you will see this weekend is we love what we do so much. Sometimes we forget the audience exists.
Yes.
And we just enjoy ourselves on stage. We'll get into each other's solos and it's like, man, they're killing over here. And I don't know if y'all appreciate it, but we do. So we just love what each other does. And it's one of those things where when you're in a group with this many people, nobody's out here to make their own name.
Right.
It's one of the few times you're going to hear everybody's real name. We are Element 11, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no one over the other. And so it's not often you see a group where people know how to take that back seat and let the whole shine as opposed to trying to get their own. We shine best together.
Yes.
Sir.
For sure.
And also, real quick, we have 2 members that live out of town. We have Alex Wills, plays trumpet, and we have Stephen May, he plays saxophone.
Awesome. So now, again, I want to thank you for being here, to take your time out of rehearsal tonight to share with us in this space. And I want to thank you for being a unified front. Initially, so let me, full disclosure, because we're going to have a real conversation. So I reached out to Daryl as a result of our mayor saying, hey, there's this band I heard. They're based in Huntsville. See if you can work them in. As it turns out, literally the dates that I sent, you all were already booked for, and we ended up booking you for the very first concert. Same thing happened for Lady K, who will be performing Saturday as well. She's out of Tuskegee. And I find it no mistake, that you all are the two that will ground us for the series, because we need to see that, right? So Lady K and her story is super powerful. And just the fact that you all are an 11-piece band. Hear me, y'all. 11 pieces that have stayed together for 12 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And half of them are married and have children as well. And we've never taken a break. Ever.
Yes. The fact that you all have been able to work through for 12 years and to be so phenomenal at what you do and still enjoy and consider each other family sets an example, not just for our community to follow, but other folks in the industry, right? Because you have 3-member bands that can't stay together 3 years, much less 11-member bands to stay together for 12. So we are super excited to welcome you to Selma on Saturday, and we are going to do our darndest to fill that amphitheater arena. We know that we have folks super excited about you all coming and want to just share in the space, because the concert is really a family-friendly space. We invite folks out to just camp out with us. Bring your lawn chairs, bring your coolers, bring your blankets. And so we're excited about the music. And I love what you said, what all of you said in one way or another about your love of music. And almost as if the band kind of chose you, as opposed to you saying, hey, I want to do this, right? Except for my Tuskegee brother, you kind of chose the band. Look, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, baby. HBCU, I love that. The fact that you all attended and graduated from HBCUs. So now what, as a band or as an individual, right? As a performing artist, what has been the most rewarding experience that you have had as a group of performers? That, like, off the top of your head, what's something that you are super grateful for as an artist in Element 11?
Honestly, kind of the progression of each thing that we've been doing over the last 12 years, like every single step of the way, like all the way down from just having a meeting saying this is what the band's gonna be, to the first show where there was like 2 people in the club,
And they work there.
and one of them was a janitor. So it's like going from there to, coming to stages like this in Selma and here at the amphitheater, here in Huntsville, Mars Music Hall, and all the different spots. Just seeing our progression from here to here has all been satisfying, and it's every time it's been going up the ladder. So, it's, at this point, we just don't even pay attention to where we're going. We just, what's the next step? What's the next move? So sure. That's been, for me personally, that's been the most exciting thing for me.
I think for me, like, really kind of like you alluded to, the mayor called you to get us on,
Right.
like small things like that, which is a big thing. Those connections and resources we're starting to get, coming from the beginning, coming to where we are now. Some people may say, hey, we got a band over here, or they can get you in, or they can hold you down. But, a lot of times when I hear people talk about us, they're, excited, it kind of got that, glistening in their eye. They're really trying to push and really behind us. And it's not just one age group, right? It's a wide range. You're talking about Mayor Perkins, of this age, but then we have, more of our age and middle range. So just, a wide range of people just really, excited about us and really trying to put us, to higher heights.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I'll say for me, what I love as being an artist and perform with them, I always enjoy it. I don't care how many times we've done the same songs. I don't care, like, every small or big, I love to perform with them. Like, these are the brothers that I never knew I needed. Every last one of them, like we've already said, family. So when you're doing what you already love to do with your family, it's always going to be a good time. And then when your family are beasts, like all these guys are, it's like, okay, we finna have a really good time. So it's and Brian said a bit of it. It just feels good to be in Element 11. It feels really good. It's always a good time. It's always gonna be about the music first. Always gonna be about the music first. Daryl has always said in our mind, keep the integrity of the music. Keep the integrity of the music. It's always gonna be music first. So I just love doing this with them. I do.
Piggyback off what she said about the family thing, I think was most satisfying about this band in particular, the music that we create. I've listened to our music with my grandmother. I've listened to our music with my mother. I've listened to our music with my son and daughter, and all of those, different levels. And I can allow them to listen to it, and they can appreciate it too. So I think just having positive music and things like that can, it just allows for everybody to be a part of the experience.
Absolutely. And so we definitely, like I said, we look forward to hosting you all on Saturday. I look forward to seeing you all on many award shows because you deserve it. I literally, in looking up and sharing with the committee that helps to put together the Levitt Amp Selma Music Series, I was like, y'all, and they are right in Huntsville. Have you ever heard of them? I never heard of them before. Mayor Perkins said he heard of them. And so it was amazing checking you all out on YouTube and hearing your original music. And you're absolutely right. Like, people of all ages are able to enjoy your music and feel comfortable, right? You don't have to look around and be like, ooh, did she hear that? Right.
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, we started out talking about the things that you feel that inspire you about what you do. So, and the things that have been rewarding. So what are some of the challenges that you all have faced, whether it's as an individual musical professional or as a group? What are some of the challenges that you faced and overcome?
Scheduling.
Mm.
The hardest part about being Element 11 is coordinating 11 people's schedules, families, jobs, and then, making space for this. And the thing is, there's so much more that we all do outside of Element 11 and work.
Yes.
Not just families. Like, majority of us are church musicians or singers. So you got to factor that in. And so we're never shy for stuff to do. So everything is always on the calendar. So every date that comes up, it's like, can we get everybody here?
Yes.
We were just talking about that about this weekend. Like, how are we gonna get back to play in church on Sunday? Like, and literally, our life is just crazy. I mean, we are playing in so many different spots. So many different groups. So it.
Even beyond playing, half of these guys are in frats. Like, it's so many things.
Yeah.
I'm on the music board here in Huntsville. Like, it's so many things that we're doing beyond just performing in general. And we work it out.
And we 100% stick with, like, everybody opinion matters. So if somebody's not available, we're gonna push it off to this. Or if somebody can't give their vote or their say so in, we just have to delay the process. So that's just how it goes.
And now, so that's beautiful, the way that you all have been able to work that thing and the commitment, right? Because it takes commitment to say, if this is when rehearsal is, then this is when I'm blocking out on my schedule. And then to be able to work with your families to say, okay, babe, now every Wednesday or whenever we have a show coming up, these are the days that I'll be out of the house. So
Yes, shout out to the wives and the girlfriends. We love y'all. I love y'all. But let it go. The parents who watch the kids, all of that.
Yeah. So listen, let me ask, because you're the only girl, right?
I am.
So, how does that feel? Geez.
No, baby, I'm one of the boys. We just gonna keep it there.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm one of the boys.
I feel that. Yeah.
But no, again, like I said, they're my brothers. So it's
Yeah.
I literally feel like I have 11 brothers around me all the time, baby. Nobody's ever going to mess with me. No one's ever going to say anything crazy. I always feel safe. I always feel protected. Like they always joke with me. You don't help break down the setup. I'm not. I'm not for the. It's too many of y'all. I'm not for the. I'll pick up a mic stand and the cord. That's about it.
I know that's right. See, yes, I love you.
But no, it's never been an uncomfortable feeling at all because they're like I know I keep saying it. They're my brothers and my family.
Yeah.
And I do act like one of the guys. So yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing, right? Because I'm an only child, and to know that so to know that you have a family, right? Because all of our family is not blood related.
Right.
Our family, it's actually an even more powerful connection when we connect to people who are not our blood relatives and consider them family, bring them into the fold. So yeah, it's a beautiful experience. I'm excited for you. Listen. So now, who are your musical inspirations, right? We all have, as when I was talking about in intro on the show, music can kind of narrate our lives. There are moments in our lives when we can think about, ooh, when you hear the song, like, oh, that's when I broke up with so-and-so, or ooh, that's when I first saw so-and-so. So who are your musical inspirations, and why do those folks or those bands or those sounds inspire you?
So our biggest influence collectively is Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's kind of the
you
thing
can hear it.
And we kind of patterned ourselves after them. And even the name, like Element 11, the element is like a homage kind of to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes.
So we really enjoy them. I would say it's a little bit of Michael Jackson in there. There's a little bit of Stevie Wonder in there.
Stevie for sure.
Commodores. There's a little bit of
Frankie Beverly.
Frankie
Beverly
Beverly
for
Mays.
sure.
There's a little bit of that
A
too.
little bit of Isley Brothers.
Isley for sure.
Yeah.
But still kind of keeping all of that fresh and
And
it's kind of the
current,
the timelessness of the music is
More current,
Yes.
like Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Okay. So now music has been a part of movements since like forever. The voting rights movement, which Selma is renowned around the world for, had musical talent performing. As a matter of fact, the city of St. Jude, there was a concert the night before folks walked to the Capitol. And so music has been a part of these movements. The songs that were sang as folks walked away from enslavement, as the songs that were sang as people were walking the 50 miles from Selma to Montgomery. Movements have had music. And so wanted to talk to you about what you want people to feel or experience when they hear the sound of Element 11.
that's
Did I go too deep? Look.
But it's kind of in essence of just to kind of tie everything up that we've been talking about. Like you said earlier, we just share that experience that we have with each other. We want everybody else to have that same feeling, when they come around us, and that same type of energy, the same type of happiness and joy that we experience just around each other. So that's for me personally, that's what I
think specifically joy and healing. Music is definitely healing. I feel like I've told y'all this. It was like a couple of years ago, but we were performing somewhere, and this lady was just having a very hard time in her life, and she literally said this. Like, she came up to me and she was like, "Y'all just did so good." I'm just thinking she's just like a normal person, being enjoying the show. She's like, "Y'all did so good." She's like, "You don't understand. I've been down for months with the situation that she had in her life. This is the first time that she smiled in months." Wow. And I kind of remember seeing her. It was an older Black lady. I kind of remember seeing her in the back. She looked a little emotional, but like she was trying to fight it, and she really wasn't up dancing or anything. And I don't know why I noticed her, but I did. And I remember her coming. I feel like it may have been at T's place. I'm not sure. But she came up and this is the first time that I smiled and felt good and forgot about my situation in months. And I was just like, baby, all I did was sing a Shaka Khan song. Like, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But that part of it, because we all know music is healing. And if we could put a smile on somebody's face and kind of get them to forget their troubles for the little hour or so that we're performing, I think we've done our job.
Yeah, I think really kind of what they said, our old school group, LTD, Love Togetherness Devotion. I think that just puts everything in perspective,
Nice.
because I mean, even when we're on stage, we try to all collaborate to bring that energy up, to really just show how we, even from the outside looking in, are together and just can experience that love and just, joy through whatever we're going through. So, when we're trying to communicate or, play our music, we're trying to, give that out to the crowd. So hopefully that's what they receive in.
Absolutely.
Like the X-Men.
The X-Men.
Hey.
Yes. So wanted to also ask, and I'd love to hear if all of you all don't mind responding to this one. If you could give a younger version of yourself any advice. Let's say you're talking to the 12-year-old or 14-year-old version of you. What would it be?
I'll say I would tell myself you're good enough.
Same thing. I was thinking the same.
You're good enough. I've been singing my whole life, but I didn't get confident literally probably. And I was in choirs and everything through middle school, high school. I probably didn't get confident until around like my 20s. And I just never felt like I had that Black girl voice that I was supposed to have. And there was a lot of insecurities with that. I never gave up, but there was some insecurities with that. So if I could just go back and just like hug my 12-year-old self and say, baby, you're enough. You don't have to sound like this person, that person, but you're enough. And you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I think that's just to piggyback off that. I was thinking exactly the same thing. Like just with your younger self, you tend to like second guess, your gifts and your talents and everything like that. And sometimes you see people who are really good at what they do, and it's like, man, if I can't measure up to this person, this must not be what I'm supposed to be doing. When in reality, if you would just keep walking the path that you're on, you'll be just as good as them or better. So it's just that's the same thing that I would say to my 12-year-old self, is that you're enough. You got it. Keep going.
Yeah.
I would probably tell my younger self, don't dim your light. Don't water yourself down.
Yeah.
Because it's like certain talents and certain things you kind of have, but you just, maybe just like being, you can call it shy or whatever, but I think I didn't really step out of my box until like later on in high school. The first time I sang, we sing in front of our family. We grew up with a family full of singers and musicians.
Full of singers, not singers, full of singers.
So anytime the family was around, we were singing, everything. But when it comes to outside of that, it just didn't happen. So I think the first time I actually sang in front of people was my high school graduation. So like I would
Really?
tell them, don't wait that long. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I guess I'd go. So I'm right. Probably a lot of things. But, so I'm the drummer in the band. So I guess one would be, that your foundation will still hold strong for you in life, because as drummers, there's a lot of cats who are out here phenomenal. Doing stuff that is just off the wall. But sometimes that foundation that you receive, you don't have to be all flash and everything. I think you can be consistent. Consistent is what really does it. So and I get a lot of people come up to me where I feel like, man, I ain't do that good, or I did what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I do what I do. I'm not trying to be nobody else. So, just keep that foundation of what you learned, and, stay the course, because, there was times where I didn't, I was playing with so many groups. I was like, I don't want to really play right now, or, kind of get burnt out, but just stay the course, because, you know, you kind of see the reward at the end. And, you know, like you said, when you're with family, it makes it a lot better. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
I would say keep your head up and stay consistent, and your talent will make room for you. And I would probably have a list of things for real, but I started late on playing the guitar and singing and stuff like that. I think I was dancing and drumming then, but I would have a list of the things that I want to play, and I tell my younger self to go ahead and start now, and keep your head up and stay consistent.
I think for me, my advice to my younger self would be take your time to hit the right notes. For me, that means don't rush the process. It's okay to take your time, regardless if that's getting through school or whatever it is in life. Just don't rush the process. A lot of times I would rush through things and then I would have to go back to it later on. So just take my time.
Yeah.
That would be my advice.
For me, you know, take your craft seriously. It's very true. If you don't use it, you could lose it. I was told often around that age that you have a natural gift, but a lot of times I wouldn't take the time to truly practice and master it. And that kind of forced me into becoming shy whenever I would get an opportunity to do a solo or something. I could always play within the group, but stepping out there by myself, you know, I get nervous. I didn't take the time to prepare myself. So really, you know, honing in on my craft, you know, practicing, building that confidence within myself. And that can apply to a lot of other gifts as well.
No, Terry says away as usual.
I guess I would say if you feel sexy, you are sexy.
What?
Okay.
Let them cook.
We're talking good.
Let them cook.
All right. That was something that somebody told me later on in life. And what it stemmed from was always being a bigger guy. I was always self-conscious about my size, about my work. And this guy once told me, it don't matter what you look like, because if you feel sexy, you are sexy. And I will say that's one of the things that even now I'm still trying to get a hold of. You know, Carmisha's always telling me about when we get on stage, you're not an engineer, you're a musician. You have to act like that and exude that musician energy. So I'm still working on that rock star sexy.
You're doing good. You've been doing real good lately. I'm proud of you.
No.
So, I'm going last. I think for me, for my younger self, I go back and tell myself to kind of find what I enjoyed earlier. I learned, I went to art school, so we learned, you know, music all the time. I started off with classical music. Then I went into like more classical music and some pop. I don't think I branched off into gospel, R&B or anything until maybe late middle school, early high school. And I had those interests earlier on, but I just didn't take that risk to venture out and try to learn that stuff. I feel like I couldn't. Like, I need somebody to show me this stuff. But, you know, at this age, I'm learning that, you know, you can teach yourself almost anything. So I just wish I, you know, had taken that time on my own when I was younger to find what I really wanted to learn how to play and hone in on it. So that's one thing that I would tell my younger self.
So let me just say that you have given our community and your younger selves some great advice. I want to encourage all of those folks who are watching us live to go ahead and share this video. Give this video, share it with someone young, right? Somebody who's 12, 13, 14, 20 years old who needs to hear these words of inspiration, who needs to know the importance of being able to work together, and that needs to know that it is important who you spend your time with just as much as how you spend your time, who you spend your time with. And this is a self-made family of 11 very talented musicians that are a family. and their energy reflects that. Like I truly I feel it, like literally through your responses, definitely in your music. And so I'm delighted to be able to say that you are a part of our 11 Amp Solo Music Series lineup this year. I am excited for where you all are going, not just musically, but just as individuals who are setting an example, setting a pace for people to follow. And so wanted to ask, last but not least, if I am interested in following you, we want to talk to the people and share your follow information. We want to make sure that folks can download your music. You all, and let me say this, I found out that you are on Facebook. If you're doing your reels, right? You can use Element 11 Music. It is available. You just type in Element 11 and their songs will pop up for you. Thank you very much. So how do people reach out to you? How do people find your music?
You can pretty much follow us at Element XI Band, and that's on Instagram and X, or the old Twitter. And on Facebook, we are Element XI.
Awesome.
YouTube as well.
And YouTube, look.
And same thing, all the DSPs, digital streaming platforms, just type in Element XI, Element 11, and we'll pop up. And the same thing about the reels, you can do it on Instagram too. You can share our music with them.
Our website, www.elementxi.com.
Yep.
And you might want to go ahead and get on those quick because we do got some things coming.
Yes. Yeah, we got some new music coming through.
We're
So.
cooking.
Okay, we in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right. So we are excited to be in the same space with you all on Saturday. Again, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to borrow just 40 minutes, for almost 45 minutes of your rehearsal time tonight. Wanted to, though, just be able to introduce Selma to you so that folks will know who they're coming out to experience on Saturday evening. I cannot thank you enough. I want to inspire the audience just like you did by repeating and reflecting some of what you said. So to the younger you gave a lot of great advice. And so to our viewers, I will say you are enough. Your talents will make room for you.
Yes.
Don't worry about the pace to your left and to your right. Focus on your gifts and use your talents to the best of your ability. You are as sexy as you feel, honey. And so I want you all to carry that into the rest of your week. And we look forward to seeing you all on Saturday again. Thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. Good night.
Good night.